minds. I'm the Turquoise Teller and welcome to my channel. As you may know, I dabble in tarot, tessiography, which is coffee reading, and magic. Seeing as I haven't done a video on magic yet, that is what I shall be diving into today. Together, we will do one of the simplest and also most delicious protection spells I have ever encountered. Followed by attempting to find my apartment key card with another spell and a tarot spread. As I'm at the beginning of my magical journey, I found it a little bit difficult to start practicing magic as I don't have so many of the necessary equipment at hand, like herbs, candles, and crystals. And I know what you're thinking, but kind of which am I if I'm not swimming in those types of things anyways, right? Yeah. So I wanted to find and share these simple spells where we don't need much of anything but our wonderful selves. So if you're out there watching, please concentrate with me so I can find this damn key card, because I really need it to get into my apartment and I really don't want to pay $50 to get a new one. So let's get to it. The first simple spell we are going to do today is by far my favorite spell out of all because it involves popcorn. And if you didn't know it by now you know it. I am obsessed with popcorn. Obsessed. I love eating popcorn, but like love. I would take popcorn to everywhere I go. So when I found out about this super duper simple spell, looking for a protection spell, I was like, yes. It is from a website of a publishing company called Levelin. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. If not, I'm going to use the English is not my first language excuse card to get out of this. So this publishing company is the world's oldest and largest independent publisher of books for body, mind, and spirit, is what it says on their website. They focus on holistic and metaphysical publishing and thought. They have a bunch of lovely information on their website, including spells. And this protection spell, as well as the finding lost object spell we are going to use today, is from their website. The tarot spread for finding lost objects I found on Instagram because I'm a modern witch. Hashtag witches of Instagram. No, I'm joking. Very much joking. But yes, I found it on Instagram. So, anyways, you can find all of the timestamps down below if you're like, shut up and give me the spell, you witch. So, I'm gonna get to it. Starting with the popcorn spell, which was written by Michael Furry. The instructions tell us that air popcorn is preferred, and as a popcorn maniac, I obviously have an air popping device, but I don't have the kernels, individual kernels themselves. So it also tells us that in a stretch, the microwave popcorn also works. So we're going to go for that for a full Modern Witch effect. We are going to get the microwave popcorn pack. Go get it now. Go get it. I'm waiting. Just pause the video and go get it. Did you get it? Okay, here's mine. I like to close my eyes when I'm meditating or chanting, so I'm going to do that and try to remember the words. You can also do so as you wish. Then we are going to say the incantation, which you can find on the website, and I will also have it somewhere here for your convenience. Okay, you ready? You have your good old store-bought microwave popcorn pack. Let's hold it in our hands and bless this lovely packet of popcorn. Okay, to all who consume, your gift will be sent. Kernels of corn, protection imbue. Magical energy freely lent, bursting with power to protect and renew. As you can tell, I suck at reading poetry, but I hope the gods and goddesses don't mind my sucky rhyming and grant my protection wish. And then, for the grand finale, we are going to travel to my kitchen, pop this baby, and eat it while I talk to you about the other spell we're going to perform to find lost objects. Oh, by the way, You can also sprinkle some salt on these babies, which the author says will also lend protective qualities. So let's do this! Okay, now that we have blessed our popcorn, we're heading to my hole of a kitchen. Okay, we are going to use this lovely popcorn popping device. And yes, I nearly only use my microwave for popping popcorn. And we are going to get this bowl rolling for a nice protective popcorn session. Oh my god, it smells so good. This is the best spell ever. I can just do this spell all day, every day, 5 times a day. If there's any other eating spells, let's do it, please. Especially ones involving popcorn. And voila. Okay. As it said on the recipe, we are also going to sprinkle some salt on it. Sea salt if you have it, but I think actually even table salt will do. Whoopsies, I think I burned it a tiny bit. I can never tell because there's this sweet spot of burning and popping all the kernels. And I always tether in that sweet line. And what was I saying? We're going to sprinkle some salt as protection. Salt is a really nice, just find at home type of protection that probably most people would have, I would assume. And so this is just like protection city right here. So let's go snack on this. And do a little bit of finding lost object spells for my key card. So now that we have completed the most awesome protection spell ever, we can move on to our next order of business. Because I need to find that key. Now we are going to hopefully cast another spell, very simple, to find my key card, which I have lost about a week or 2 ago. Actually, my partner thought she had it in her bag, which she forgot at her sister's, but then when she got it back, it was not there. So, okay, super loud people passing, super loud people passing. How long can you be passing? And in this apartment, it's like finding Waldo in this small ass apartment. So, spell to the rescue. This other spell we are going to conduct today is also written by an author from the same website. She is called Ellen Dugan. I might be butchering the name again. It is a simple, short, and to the point spell. Afterwards, we are going to do a tarot spread for lost items in order to harness the energies of the spell to the fullest. I will put the link to all these spells and the spread down below, and that's it. Let's begin while eating our protective popcorn. So we are going to start by visualizing the item that is lost. So for me, it's the key card. I close my eyes and visualize it. Now that we see the key card in our mind's eye, we are going to encircle it with a silver cord. And then we are going to tug the cord backwards to our solar plexus, which apparently is located right here. Okay, so you have the image of the item in your head, encircle it with a silver cord and tug it towards your solar plexus. While we're tugging, we're going to see the lost item being pulled back to us. And in the meantime, we are going to repeat this charm 3 times. What was lost now is found as my magic circles around. Whether you're hidden far or near, I call you to come meet me here. One more time. Okay, And now that we have done that, let's take it even further by doing a tarot spread for lost items. I said I found this on Instagram, which led me to the website of this other wonderful human, Reed Kira, who also goes by the name Emerald Lotus Divination. Reed shares free weekly tarot spreads for everyone to use in their own tarot practice, and she believes that magic should not be hidden behind a paywall and urges you and everyone else to explore all this world has to offer. How wonderful. This is amazing. So she also has a channel of her own, which I'll link below, and the spread is this. It is pretty simple, pretty straightforward, so what's not to like? We're going to do it together today, and if you also have a lost item and are watching this, some messages might come through that the cards are trying to send you about the location of your lost item. So pay attention. Okay, so let's do this tarot spread for finding a lost item. Today we're going to be working with the numinous, lovely, gorgeous numinous deck. We're going to be shuffling through the cards while thinking about our lost object again. Okay. One card on the side, maybe it's giving us a message. I always like to acknowledge the jumping cards as much as I have patience. Okay, now I'm envisioning what I have lost. You can envision what you lost. I'm sure the cards will have a message for you too. And after shuffling with the image of the lost item in mind, we are going to spread these cards. So number 1 here, number 2 here, number 3 here. Number 4 and number 5. So now that we have, and I'll flip this towards you lot. Now that we have our little spread, we can start flipping these cards over. Okay, our first card, which signals where the lost item is the Founder. Second card, which is a color on the card to describe where the item is blue, or 8 of bells, or 8 of swords. The third card is the symbol on the card to describe where the item is 9 of vials, or 9 of cups. The fourth card is an action I can take to help me find this item. It is the Mystic of Bells, which is the King of Swords. And the last card is something I need to be mindful of while looking, is the Dreamer of Vials, which is the Page of Cups. And we had 4 of candles, which is 4 of wands, turn up. I would say that this is a good sign because it's a celebration card. It's happiness, community, celebration card. So that would mean I'm going to either find the item, I would say, or I'm not going to need the item. And I would interpret it as the Founder is the Emperor in a classic deck. And I love the fact that the author and illustrator of this card just removed all gendered names. So the Emperor became the Founder. I really like that. So where the lost item is, the Founder is the person who sets out clear lines, clear definitions to things. So I might have lost it at a bank, I might have lost it at a convenience store while taking out a card from my wallet. That's what I would interpret as. And the second card is color in the card to describe where the item is mostly blue and yellow. So the BMO bank is a blue color. So I might have actually dropped it in the bank, which could have totally happened. Or I also go out to the lake a lot with my bag, and I sometimes take the card and take stuff out of my bag. So it might have actually ended up in the water, which might not make a lot of sense with the founder card, but it makes sense in the perspective that the founder, the emperor, is something bigger than us, right? I'm not sure the connection between these two, in all honesty. Like I said, because of the emperor and the Eight of Bells, which has more of a blue tinge, I might say the bank, I might have lost it. Nine of Vials, symbols on the card to describe where the item is. Vials is usually cups. So on the card where the item is, symbols on the card, there are a lot of sun and moon on this card. We can actually also see a lot of sun and moon, a lot of water also in this card. I think I'm gonna go with I dropped it in the water because I see a lot of water, I see blue, and an action I can take to get help find this item is Mystic of Bells, which is the King of Swords, and it coming up reversed, it might be signaling that I'm thinking too much about it, which I am. As you can see, I had to do a spell and then I'm doing a tarot card. So an action that I can take, I think this is signaling me to kind of let go of a little bit, which can sometimes happen with lost items. We get too stuck on the finding part and we just think, and because of the too much thinking, too many bells ringing in our heads, we can't really find it. So I would say this card is advising you to let it go and not think about it. And then here it says something I need to be mindful of while looking. Dreamer of Vials, again, it is very connected to water and it's reversed. So Dreamer of Vials is that person that's a little bit more naive with their emotion, and they're a little bit more, let's say, normally in the upright version, open to things, open to possibilities. In the reverse version, I would say that this could be someone that's a little bit naive. Although this card tells me that the celebration is on the horizon, Dreamer of Vials reversed might either tell me to not be so naive as to think that I'm going to find this card, or it might be telling me to not invest so much emotional energy and not invest so much emotional energy to it and to finding it. So sometimes what's lost is lost, and we need to kind of let it go and forget about it for a while before we find it. But if you have also lost an item yourself, I would look to an institution with a color blue who also incorporates stars and the moon, the stars and the sun. Or the other way that I would interpret this is that it's in nature. It's somewhere it's in nature. It's somewhere that's a little bit difficult to get. And I would say thinking might not be really helpful in this situation, but connecting to our instinct and intuition might be helpful. So I'm going to ask one last question to my deck and say, am I going to find? I know that sometimes closed questions, yes or no questions, can not be super beneficial to ask the cards that they're really confined, and obviously the cards might not be able to answer yes or no in a super clear format. Okay, so this jumped, and it's Seven of Tomes towards me, so towards us. It was Seven of Tomes, and Seven of Tomes is getting the recognition that we want. This person has written their book. They're at the actually this means, okay, now that I remembered, this means reaping what you sow. And this is a very cleverly orchestrated and designed card, because the books actually say what we sow. So it's reap what we sow. So the more effort that we put into it, I think the cards might be telling me reap what you sow, in the sense that if you are so messy and you don't pay attention, you might pay the consequences of losing your card and not finding it, which I have been doing. I have so many bags that I don't know what is where. So this card might be telling me a little warning sign saying you reap what you sow, and you might not be able to find your card. Or it might be telling me that you reap what you sow, you did the spell, you did the tarot card, you did the protection popcorn, and you're going to and you're going to reap the benefits of all this effort that you put in. So this is today's lost item reading. Please feel free to use this for any lost items that you might have. I will update on my future videos what happened with the key card, so we know the effectiveness of the spell as well as the tarot spread. Again, I am the Turquoise Teller. Thank you so much for watching this. I hope it was helpful. I tried to keep the spells and the spreads as simple as possible and as helpful as possible. Thank you for all the authors that put their content out there for me to use. I really hope that you find what you have lost and you have a little bit of a tasty protection snack while you're at it. And if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and put a little like. I try my bestest to put out videos every Wednesday. If not, it's going to be every other Wednesday. So stay tuned. Bye.